Hi, everyone. So I was given Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid from the publisher Del Rey. And as always, I look forward to a new Ava Reid book. She has solidified herself as an auto-buy author for me over the last few years. So to get her book was really great. Her books are sometimes a tough read as far as subject matter goes. If you've read any of her books, you know what I'm talking about. But her writing is so compelling that I always end up compulsively reading her books late into the night, regardless of my current state of horror about these stories. This new book offers up a new take on Shakespeare's Macbeth, but it's told from the perspective of his conniving, powerful wife. This Lady Macbeth in this story is a young woman forced into marriage by her manipulative father, and therefore much of the book is focused on the power discrepancies between women and men, fathers and daughters, wives and husbands. The latter, of course, deals heavily with sexual violence within marriages, and you should be aware of this going in because the theme is very heavy and directly explored throughout this whole story. It is disturbing as the story doesn't shy away from the realities of Lady Macbeth's situation. I did think this part of the story kind of took over a bit and it was a bit overwhelming for me. But anyway, this Lady Macbeth is much younger than the one in the original play. One of the primary arcs of this story is her slow, and I mean it's pretty slow, growth towards embracing her own power and throwing off the shackles placed upon her by Macbeth. This is very different from the original character who throughout much of the story seems to be the real power and the mind behind Macbeth himself. That's not how it is in this story. Ava Reid tries to portray this, I think, but in my opinion, she fails a bit. This is a great deal of cowering by Lady Macbeth, and she's portrayed as this very young, weak-minded, tiny, petite person. And there is also the addition of a fantasy element. She has some abilities. There's witches in this story. There's a secondary love interest, which is a very weird love interest, and it's definitely not part of the original play. But that doesn't take away from this story. It kind of makes it a bit more interesting, which is what we were looking for, right? So this story overall is a bit dark and grim, and the emotions that it gave me throughout the whole story, and I mean from beginning to end, is despair, depression, and dread. Like Lady Macbeth, we are drawn into a constant state of tension and fear, and it's incredibly effective. Ava Reid writes fabulous, and if it weren't for her strength of her writing, we probably wouldn't finish this story because it can be pretty exhausting. But this is unique retelling of Macbeth, refocusing the story on the woman that surrounds him and the limitations placed on them by the fact of their sex. If you enjoyed Ava Reid's work in the past, you will definitely enjoy this one too. It was a little bit of a disappointment for me, and I gave it 3.5 stars. Thanks.